सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Repeat once. Anantarupa Anantanama Adimula Narayana Anantarupa Anantanama Adimula Narayana Ananta Shayana He Jagannatha Kamala Nayana He Madhava Ananta Shayana He Jagannatha Kamala Nayana He Madhava Karuna Sagara Kaliyanartana Karuna Sagara Kaliyanartana He Kripa Sindhu Krishna He Kripa Sindhu Anantarupa Anantanama Adimula Narayana Vishvarupa Vishwadhara Vishveshwara He Narayana Vishvarupa Vishwadhara Vishveshwara He Narayana भवभयहरणा दीनोद्धरणा भवभयहरणा दीनोद्धरणा हे दया सिन्धो कृष्णा हे दया सिन्धो अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण आदिमूला नारायण ॐ नमो नारायणाय 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 ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Humble prostrations to one and all present here. From today onwards, we are going to take chapter number 8 of Bhagavad Gita for 5 days. What is the unique feature about this chapter? This chapter is the most unpopular chapter. It is the most unpopular because it deals with the most unpopular topic. And what is that topic? Death. So this chapter deals with death. So those who don't want to hear about death, don't come. This chapter teaches us how to beautifully die. Art of dying. That is this chapter. But this chapter says, unless you have mastered art of living, you will miserably fail in this art of dying. The necessary condition to beautifully die, what is the necessary condition? You must learn to beautifully live. Okay. Now, why is it that people are scared of death? People are scared of death for so many reasons. Number one, what happens after death, nobody knows. The person who is dead doesn't come back and tell us what is happening to him, where has he gone, what has he seen, whether he exists or not. Everything after death is uncertain. There are people who say that everything is over after death. And there are others who say, no, you are still there. It is only the physical body which dies. You can't prove any of this scientifically. So that mystery over death continues. Another problem with death is it unsettles everything regarding us. We have almost settled in life, some good bank balance, family settled, good house. And this one thing comes and takes away everything from us. Our name, fame, power, position, possession, relation. That is one more thing. I am attached to so many things in this world. And death takes everything away from me. All that which I consider necessary for my happiness. So everybody is scared of death. In some houses you are not even allowed to discuss about death. So don't talk about that inauspicious topic. In these 5 days, we will talk only that. Okay? Because we believe that all these fears and negativity and all that comes from ignorance. When you don't know about something, there is fear. So therefore, what better way to know than from Bhagavan himself, who is a Lord of death. So that is this topic. So this topic has come because Arjuna asked it in the 7th chapter. So 8th chapter is actually a continuation of 7th chapter. Something happens in the 7th chapter. The chapter ends in a very strange way, Bhagwan introduces certain terms which Arjuna had not heard before. And because of these terms, Arjuna is confused. And the 8th chapter begins with 7 questions from Arjuna. So, I will just read the 2 last verses of the 7th chapter. Jara marana mokshaya mamashritya yatanti ye te brahma tad viduh kritsnam adhyatmam karma chakilam sadhibhutadhidaivam mam sadhiyajñam cha ye viduh prayanakalepi cha mam te viduryukta chetasaha. This is how the 7th chapter ends. So Bhagwan says, those people who are united with me, they know these 7 things at the time of death. What all do they know? So those people who strive hard, mam ashritya, holding on to me, taking refuge in me, to escape from jara and marana. Jara means old age, marana means death. Those people who want to come out of this old age, death, disease, etc., all the miseries of life, those who strive hard holding on to me, at the time of death, they know all this. What do they know? Te Brahma tad viduh. They know what is Brahman. Akhilam karma. They know what is karma. So Brahma, karma. Adhibhuta, adhidaiva, adhiyajña, and adhyatma. How many? 6. So at the time of death, they know all these 6. So this is how the 7th chapter ends. Now these are the terms which were never introduced before. So therefore, the 8th chapter begins with these 7 questions from Arjuna. 6 questions Bhagwan answered in merely 2 verses. The last question is, Bhagavan, how to remember you at the time of death? That becomes the main topic of the entire 8th chapter. So, with this introduction, let us begin. Repeat once. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Athashtamodhyayah. Akshara Brahma Yogah. Arjuna Uvacha. Kim tat Brahma kim adhyatmam. Kim karma purushottama. Adhibhutam cha kim proktam. Adhidaivam kimuchyate. Adhiyajñah katham kotra. Dehesmin madhusudana. Prayanakale cha katham. ज्ञेयोऽसि नियतात्मभिः one and two together. Kim tad brahma kimadhyatmam kim karma purushottama adhibhutam cha kim proktam adhidaivam kimuchyate adhiyajñah katham kotra dehesmin madhusudana प्रयाणकाले च कथम. Yes. So the chapter begins by questions from Arjuna. What does he ask? Hey Purushottama, O Supreme Being, O Supreme Lord. Kim tad Brahma? You just mentioned the term Brahma. What is that? Kim adhyatmam? What is adhyatma? Kim karma? What is karma? Adhibhutam cha kim proktam? What do you mean by adhibhutam? So how many questions over? Brahma, adhyatma, karma, adhibhuta. Adhidaivam kimuchyate. What is Adhidaiva? Fifth one. Sixth one. Adhiyajñah katham kaha atra dehe. In this body, atra dehe. Kaha Adhidaivam. Who is Adhiyajñah? Who is Adhiyajñah? And how is he Adhiyajñah? That is the sixth one. Prayanakale cha katham neyosi niyatatmabhi. At the time of death, prayanakale. How to know you? How can we know you? So these are the 7 questions. What are they? Brahma, Karma, Adhyajña, Adhibhuta, Adhidaiva, Adhyatma, and then at the time of death, how to know you? 7 questions. Now let us enter into the answers. So Bhagwan answers in verse number 3. Repeat once. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Aksharam Brahma Paramam Swabhavodhyatma Muchyate Bhuta Bhavodbhavakaraha Visargah Karma Santnitaha Aksharam Brahma Paramam Swabhavodhyatma Muchyate Bhuta Bhavodbhavakaraha Visargah Karma Santnitaha. Yes. So the first question was, what is Brahman? So what is the answer given? 1/4 of the verse answer is over. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Paramam Aksharam equal to Brahma. That is the answer. So, Bhagwan's answer is in such a way that all these 6 questions are answered in order to take us to the 7th question. That is the way the whole answering is done. So, first let us see what is Brahman. What is Brahman? Aksharam Paramam. Aksharam. Aksharam means what? Amma, children can be disturbing. So those who are having children, they can sit at the back. This class is going to be serious. No distractions allowed. It is not a Baliviyar class. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. What is this Brahman? It is Aksharam. Aksharam means what? Imperishable. So now, mere Aksharam is not sufficient. One more adjective is added to that Aksharam. What is that adjective? Paramam. Supreme. That Brahman is imperishable, no doubt, but it is supremely imperishable. What is the need of adding that adjective to that word? Imperishable, that was enough. So, here, so this is a little technical thing, okay? There is another thing also which is imperishable, which is not Brahman. Can you guess what it is? There is something in this world which is imperishable, which is not Brahman. It is called as Avyakta Prakriti. Avyakta Prakriti. So, the whole creation comes, manifest in a gross form. That's what we see here in the form of 5 elements. But during Pralaya, all this creation go away. But actually, does it go away? No. It goes back into its unmanifest state. In Pralayavastha, this prapancha, the whole creation, goes into its karana state, causal state. So that causal state of creation is what is called as Avyakta Prakriti. So the whole creation goes into a seed form, latent form, unmanifest form. Can you destroy this causal prapancha? No. It is ever there. It is anadi, it is ananta. You can't destroy it. So that is also aksharam. That is also imperishable. So the whole creation comes from it. It acts like a seed. So in that pralayavastha, the whole creation reduces into that seed form. It remains there. And again the new creation starts from there. The whole creation doesn't come from the state of nothingness. No. It comes from this causal state, this unmanifest state. This unmanifest state of creation is what is called as Avyakta Prakriti. That is also imperishable. It is also aksharam. So therefore, to differentiate between that aksharam and this aksharam, aksharam means what? Unmanifest. Aksharam means imperishable. So therefore, this adjectives is used, paramam aksharam, supremely imperishable. This Brahman is that truth which gives existence even to this Avyakta Prakriti. In fact, from the absolute standpoint, even Avyakta Prakriti is also perishable. In what way? The moment you gain knowledge, for you, there is no Prakriti. The moment I know myself as Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, what happens? You come to know that only you are there. There is nothing called Prakriti, it's an illusion. So actually speaking, there is a destruction of even Avyakta Prakriti. When does that happen? when I gain the knowledge of the self. So therefore it is not Paramam Aksharam. Only Brahman is Paramam Aksharam, supremely imperishable. Because that is the only real thing in this world. Even that Avyakta Prakriti is also an illusion. The illusion has to die someday or the other. When the reality shines forth, the illusion disappears. So therefore, the only thing which is imperishable is what? Brahman. So that reality is Brahman, which is supremely imperishable. The ultimate truth. So this answers the first question. Now comes the second question. What is the second question? What is Adhyatma? Adhi, Atma. Adhi means pertaining to, associated with. So what is Adhyatma? Another quarter of the verse that is answered. Swabhavaha Adhyatma Muchyate. Swabhava. Adhyatma means Swabhava. What do you mean Swabhava? Swabhava is Swabhava. Swa, one's own. Bhava, nature. Adhyatma is, Atma means the self. I is called Atma. So what is Adhyatma? Bhagavan says one's own nature is Adhyatma. What is the definition of nature? That without which a thing has no existence is called its nature. That without which a thing has no existence is called the nature of that thing. So in this sense, what is the nature of fire? Heat. Minus heat, you can't say it is fire. If it is fire, it must have heat. If there is a fire without heat, what does it mean? It's a duplicate fire. It is not fire. It appears like fire, isn't it? What is the nature of sugar? Sweetness. If it is sugar, it must be sweet. In the same way, what is our nature? What is our nature? Can we say body is our nature? If body is our nature, without the body, I should have no existence. But that is not true. At the time of death, body goes, but I still remain. So those who have studied Tattvabodha, what are the three bodies we have? Sthula Sharira. Second one, Sukshma Sharira. Third one, Karana Sharira. How many of you have not heard these terms? Raise your hands. Everybody? Areva? Great. Or maybe they are hesitating to raise the hand. Don't worry. There is a text called Tattvabodha. So you attend all the study classes, then you will come to know all these things. We must know all these fundamentals. We have three bodies in us. This body which we see is called as gross body or Sthula Sharira. There is another body in us. What is that? Sukshma Sharira, our bundle of thoughts. There is another body again in us. That is called as Karana Sharira, the causal body. That which gives birth to Sukshma Sharira and Sthula Sharira, the cause. So three bodies we have. So, what is our nature? That without which we have no existence, called our nature. So what should be our Swabhava? Pure consciousness. That is our Swabhava. Satchit Ananda. That is our true nature. Whatever is our nature, we have an automatic liking for it, desire for it. So that is why we unconditionally love Sat, Chit and Anand. Sat, existence. We love to exist. Nobody wants to become non-existent. We want to always remain existent. I want to live forever and ever. Living means what? I want to exist. That desire is automatically there, naturally there. You can't get rid of that desire. I want to exist, Sat. Chit, I want to know. I want to know everything. That's why all these news channels have become so popular. I want to know what is happening in this world, what is happening in me, what is happening everywhere. That desire is there. Why that desire to know? Because you are Chit Swarupa. Knowing is your nature. You can never like ignorance. That's why when I asked, how many of you don't know? Nobody raised. I don't want to be known myself as an ignorant person. Isn't it? So, Sat, Chit, and what is the third one? Anand. I want to be happy, cheerful, content, joyous, whatever the name you may use. So, this is our nature, Swabhava. So, this consciousness, which is a reality in us, that very same Brahman, which is Aksharam Paramam, it can be experienced in me. That truth which is supporting the whole world, that truth can be experienced in me as my own self. Swabhavaha Adhyatma Muchyate. So when that infinite truth is experienced as myself, it is called as Adhyatma. What is the nature of Brahman? Satchidananda. What is the nature of Adhyatma? Satchidananda. That very same truth, when I experience as my own self, the essence in me, then that is called as Adhyatma. The very same ocean, when it is in the form of that wave, then it is called as wave. It is actually water only, both are water. One is total space, the other is spot space. Space is space. That Brahman, when it is experienced in my own heart, as my own self, it is called as Adhyatma. Clear? Clear, Swamiji. Now the third question. What is the third question? Bhagwan takes up the definition of karma. A unique definition is given here. You will not find it anywhere else. Karma. Karma means what? Action. What is the definition of action? Bhuta bhava udbhavakaraha visargaha karma sannitaha. This is called as karma. So what is karma? That which brings forth the existence of beings. Bhuta bhava udbhava. Udbhava means what? Originate. Brings forth. That which brings forth what? Bhava. Existence of bhuta. Bhuta means beings. That which brings, that which makes the beings come into existence in the form of these bodies, the physical body, etc. That because of which beings are born is called karma. Very interesting definition. Why are we born? Why are we born in this body, in this world? So the answer is because of karma. That because of which we take up this physical body is called karma. So why do we come to this world? We come to this world to fulfill our unfulfilled desires. In the past birth, we desired something and then we died. So at the time of death, we entertain certain desires. Those desires become the seed for the next birth. Or we had done some karma in the past. So what is the rule? What is the law in this world? Yaha karta bhavati sa eva bhokta bhavati. The doer of the action becomes the enjoyer of the results of action. This is the law. So therefore, why are we born? Some karma is done in the past. We have come here to go through the karma phala. So what is karma? That because of which all beings are born. If you have done punya karma, in a conducive environment you are born. If you have done papa karma, you will be born in a unconducive, painful, sorrow-giving environment. Bhuta bhava udbhavakaraha. Another term is also used here. What is another term? Visarga. Visarga. Sarga means creation. Visarga means what? Special creation. Sarga and Visarga. Bhagwan has created this world of 5 elements. But among that 5 elements, through my specific action, I created a specific body. Yes or no? There is a general creation, there is a specific creation. General creation belongs to Bhagavan. The 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? Space, air, Panchamahabhutas. Space, air, fire, water, earth. That is Bhagavan's creation. What is my creation? This one. This physical body is my creation. Exactly like when you make your house. So for building any house, you need bricks, you need cement, you need wood, iron. That is there. But what is your specific creation? I want 3 bedroom. What is that? BHK. That is not here, I think, only in India. BHK. So that is your creation, the plan, that blueprint. It is not Bhagwan's. So very same things are used, but then there is a specific personalized creation. In the same way, Visarga, that with which I gather these 5 elements and make a special creation for me. That is called as karma. What a beautiful definition you see. Karma. So whatever I am, just imagine what varieties we have in this world. Plants are there. They have done some karma because of which that body they have got. There are insects. No accidents in this world. It has done some karma because of which it has become an insect. Then there are birds, animals, varieties. The whole world is functioning based on this law. Whatever karma you do, you will get a karma phala. And as a result of that karma phala, you are going to be born in a body. Not necessarily human body. All the bodies are expressions of different kinds of karmas only. So it's a special creation based on one's own karma. So that answers the 3rd question. What is the 4th one? Adhibhuta. Adhibhuta. What is Adhibhuta? Adhibhutam. Did we chant that? No. So let us chant. Verse number 4. Adhibhutam ksharo bhavaha purushascha-adhidaivatam adhiyajñohamevatra dehe dehabhrutam vara अधिभूतं क्षरो भावः पुरुषश्चाधिदैवतम् अधियज्ञोऽहमेवात्र देहे देहभृतां वर. Yes. Now comes the fourth question. What is adhibhuta? So Bhagavan says, adhibhutam ksharo bhavaha. Its nature, bhavaha. What is the nature of adhibhuta? Ksharaha. Perishable. So anything that you see in this world, perishable, they all will come under adhibhuta. In short, the world that we see of names and forms. That is called as adhibhuta. Okay. So fourth question is answered. Fourth one. Brahma, Adhyatma, Karma, Adhibhuta. Now the fifth one. Purushaha cha adhidaivatam. What is adhidaiva? Bhagavan says it is Purusha. Purusha means what? Supreme being. Adhidaiva. Devatas, the cosmic forces. Bhagavan says they are also me only. Adhidaiva. There are so many devatas: Surya Devata, Chandra Devata, Indra Devata, Vayu Devata, Varuna Devata. And they are all presiding deities of various cosmic laws. Now this is the way we have to understand devatas in this modern context. The whole world is functioning based on laws. The presiding deity of a particular law, that law governing deity is what is called as Devata. So when we say Surya Devata, there are so many laws associated with sun regarding the rays and all that. So the laws, the one who is in charge of that department is called Surya Devata. The whole cosmos is functioning based on laws. So there is a department for every law. Just like we have water authority, electricity department, telephone department. So many departments are there. And there is some officer sitting there who is in charge of everything. So these devatas are called, these officers are called devatas. The modern context will have to slightly redefine certain things. So these devatas have powers. Even the organs that we have, in Tattvabodha you have studied, no? So many devatas in charge of. Who is in charge of eyes? Sun. Chaksho Surya. The presiding deity of eyes is Sun, Surya Devata. So who should see how much? How long? All that is decided by the karma, and that presiding deity will decide how much who will see. Who is the presiding deity of mind? Chandrama. Who is the presiding deity of hands? Indra. Hastayor Indra. Hard work. Indra became the king of gods. Hard work. So this way. So Bhagavan says, all those devatas and their powers, it comes from me only. Purushascha adhidaivatam. They don't have any independent power. And then sixth one. What is sixth one? Adhiyatnyaha. Adhiyatnyaha. Bhagavan says, Adhiyatnyaha ahameva atra dehe. In this body, I alone am Adhiyatnya. So here Adhiyatnya means the Jivatma. The individual soul. That is Adhiyatnya here. Why is this individual soul called Adhiyatnya? His job in life is to sacrifice himself for his own welfare. Yatnya means sacrifice. If you want success in any field, The price you have to pay is sacrifice. This world is sustained by sacrifice. And which is the greatest sacrifice? The sacrifice of ego. Dissolve the ego, then you become Bhagwan himself. Puja Gurudev's quote, renounce your ego is the only request from God. I will make you God is the promise. Right? So this world is a training ground for renunciation. Na karmana na prajaya tyagena eke amrutattva manashu. Not by your action, not by progeny. The only way to attain immortality is, what is that? Tyagam. Tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajne pratishthitam. What is the way to conquer the Lord? Through self-sacrifice. Then Bhagwan becomes your servant. Sarvagatam Brahma, all-pervading Bhagwan, is established in Yajna. So the point is this Adhyajna means Jivatma. What is Bhagwan saying? This Jivatma is none other than me only. Jivatma is none other than Paramatma with a wrong notion. Paramatma plus wrong notion about oneself equal to Jivatma. Equation. Waker plus wrong notion about himself equal to dreamer. Paramatma plus identification with the BMI equal to Jivatma. Paramatma plus ignorance equal to Jivatma. Both are one and the same. Only thing is, when I don't know myself who I am, I become a Jivatma. When I know who I am, I become Paramatma. Both are one and the same. So Bhagavan says, Adhyajnyaha ahameva atra dehe, in this body, it is me only. There is no difference. Oh Arjuna, now see the name given to Arjuna. Deha bhrutam vara, the best among the embodied. The best among the embodied. Arjuna, you are the best. Among all those embodied beings, you are the best. That's why I am giving you the best knowledge to you. Because I love you. See? So thus, how many questions are answered? 6 questions are answered. What is the central message of all this? All the answers to these 6 questions. The central message is, I alone have become everything. I alone have become Adhibhuta. I alone am Adhyajna. I alone am Adhyatma. I alone am that Brahman. I alone give the results of karma. So therefore, meditate on me. This is the point. So at the time of death, where should your mind be? Upon me, because I alone am. You may see so many things, but there are no so many things. The world is also me. I alone have become the Devatas. I alone have become the Jivatmas. I alone am the Karma Phaladata. I alone have become this world, perishable world. Therefore, I alone am. I alone am the reality. Therefore, at the time of death, you must meditate on me. You see how beautifully the 7th question is answered. See the verse number 5. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaf prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayah. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaf prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayah. So from here onwards, Bhagavan is answering the seventh question. Prayana kale. At the time of death, what should a person do? This is the question. What should a person do at the time of death? So Bhagavan says, Antakale, at the time of death, Mam eva, me alone, Smaran, remembering. No other option is given. Eva means what? Alone. Alone means what? There is no option given to you. Mam eva smaran kalevaram muktva yaf prayati, the one who leaves, giving up the body. Sa mat bhavam yati, he attains to me. Na asti atra samshaya, there is no doubt about it. This is the greatest attainment of life. At the time of death, can you remember God? Litmus test. Everything is black and white there. Bhagavatam says, Janmalabhav param pumsam ante narayana smritihi. This is the greatest attainment of a person. What is that? Ante narayana smriti. That is a real certificate, you see. Certificate, passed, liberated, certificate of liberation. That's the greatest, what do you say that? Bharata Ratna. It's not given by some Tom, Dick and Harry, no. It's given by Bhagavan himself. Certificate of moksha. At the time of death, can you hold on to God? What is there, Swamiji? In the last, Narayana! It doesn't come. No, Ajamila is our role model. Do whatever you want in life and finally, Narayana! You know how difficult it is to die remembering God. Prana prayana samaye kafavata pittehi kantha avarodhana vidho smaranam kudaste. Bhagavan, prana prayana samaye, when that prana is leaving the body. Kapha vata pittehi kantha avarodhana vidau, the throat is choked because of kapha, phlegm, vata, wind, pitta, bile. There's imbalance of these three, vata, pitta, kapha. At that time there is so much of suffering, there is so much of suffocation. Kantavarodhana means what? Suffocation, breathlessness, and there is intense pain. Bhagavan, Sparanam Kutaste, how can I remember you? Because the whole body is paining. And what is the nature of the mind? Mind gravitates towards those places where there is pain. If you have a knee pain, one part of your mind is always in the knee only. Wherever there is pain, mind goes and sticks there. You can't think of anything else because the mind is not available. That's the nature of the mind. So at the time of death, when there is so much of pain, you're not even able to breathe. To fix the mind upon the Lord, very difficult. But if you can do it, Bhagavan says, Samadbhavam yati, he attains me. Nasti atra samshaya, there is no doubt at all. Bhagwan, what about others who are not able to meditate upon you? Listen, next verse. So these two verses are very famous in Bhagavad Gita, especially in this chapter 5 and 6, verse number 6. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tat bhava bhavitah yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tat bhava bhavitah. So this is the general law. What is the law? Yam yam vapi yam yam bhavam smaran kalevaram tyajante. At the time of death, whatever a person thinks, at the time of death, whatever thoughts pass through the mind of a person, tam eva eti, that person goes in that direction. His future is determined by the thoughts which he entertains in those last moments. Bhagwan, why can't I choose that last thought? You say that remembering me, if a person passes away, he attains me. Fine, in the last moment I can just choose that thought. No. Tad bhava bhavitah. That person actually has transformed himself. Bhavitah. In which way? Bhava bhavitah. Bhava means thought. So constantly throughout his life he has been entertaining certain thoughts. Those thoughts have completely transformed him, made him. A person is nothing but the bundle of thoughts he entertains. Those thoughts which he has been consciously or unconsciously entertaining, those thoughts have become a personality trait in him. So these thoughts, which has been given momentum, which has become habit, those habitual thoughts, deep-rooted thoughts, his personality is completely covered with those thoughts. That is called as bhavitah. Bhava bhavitah. Bhavitah means he has become. What has he become? He has become his thoughts. How? Constantly entertaining it. Good thoughts or bad thoughts. Throughout our life, what kind of thoughts are we entertaining? We are chiseling our future with it. So at the time of death, you will not be able to choose your thoughts. What all thoughts you have been choosing throughout your life, those thoughts will appear. And those thoughts will determine your future course of life. Sada tat bhava bhavitah. So at the time of death, do we have a choice? No. If you don't study properly as a student, when the question paper comes, what will you do? Look here and there. You have to study well. Then in those 2 hours, 3 hours, you are able to write exam properly. Yes or no? All the time you wasted in front of the paper, you will not get the answer. Death is also an exam. It's a final exam. Not intermediary, final. That final exam you are tested. And in those moments, what is your understanding about yourself, about the world, that will just pop up. We have no choice. So therefore, since this is the truth, that habitual thoughts will emerge at the time of death, you cannot choose those last thoughts. Those thoughts which you have been entertaining throughout your life, those thoughts alone will come. This is the law. Therefore, what should we do? Connect 5 and 6. Last thought, if it is my thought, you will attain me. Last thought is always a habitual thought. Therefore, to attain me, what you should do? Next verse. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhya mayyarpitamano buddhihi mame vaishyasya samshayam. In some books it is samshayah, right? Samshayam only? Okay. Together. Tasma sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhya cha mayyarpitamano buddhihi mame vaishyasya samshayam. Tasmat, therefore. Wherefore? Since this is the law. What is the law? At the time of death, only those thoughts which you have been entertaining throughout your life, only that thought will come. Since this is the law. And if you want me to be your last thought, how to apply the law? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, all the time, mam anusmara, remember me. But Bhagavan, I have lot of duties, responsibilities. Yudhyacha. Remembering me, perform your duties. Arjuna's duty was to fight. So therefore, yudhya. You fight. At the back of the mind, may you always remember me. May you never forget me. Never forget the purpose of life. What is the purpose of life? To attain God. To attain God, what is the rule? Remembrance of God should become a habit. Remembrance of God should become spontaneous. Remembrance of God should become effortless. Whatever you have trained, in whichever way you have trained the mind will behave accordingly. It's a machine. Train it and it will behave accordingly. Train it in a worldly way, you will have a worldly mind. Train it in a divine way, your mind will be divine. This is the law. Therefore, apply the law to your advantage. Tasmat, therefore, sarveshu kaleshu, all the time. Mamanusmara, don't waste your time. Life is precious. Life is precious, don't waste. Sarveshu kaleshu. Be serious about life. Don't take life lightly. Sarveshu kaleshu. Even when you are performing your duties, there is a bigger duty. There are so many small duties. Don't forget your bigger duty while getting involved in smaller duties. There are small goals, intermediate goals. But what is a lifetime goal? This. Antakale mameva smaran. So as you are fulfilling your immediate duties, immediate goals, short-term goals, long-term goals, pay attention to this also. Am I inching towards my lifetime goal? This is the thing. So the whole chapter is now moving in this direction. You got the direction now? 7 questions, but all the 6 questions is a runway for the 7th one. It's a runway. So now how we can perform action and at the same time remember God? That topic we will discuss tomorrow. Jaya Jaya Rama Janaki Rama. Jaya Jaya Rama Janaki Rama. Raghukul Bhushan Raja Rama. Raghukul Bhushan Raja Rama. Jaya Jaya Rama Janaki Rama. Tapasaranjan Tarak Nama. Danav Bhanjan Kodanda Rama. Jaya Jaya Rama Janaki Rama. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Janaki Rama. Shri Raghurama. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama. Jaya Jaya Rama Janaki Rama. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.